Hey guys, this is Randall here with Biker Guy Reviews Toys. Today we have the Canterlot and Seaquestria Castle. As you can see, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of colors. So, as you can tell, this is an underwater kind of themed play set. So there's some interesting things that I've noticed. First of all, there are horsefish, which are very interesting to me. I've never seen one or heard of one, but you know, there's one right there, so they must be real. So, a couple things. There's food, because who doesn't like food? What I find interesting is this is underwater. I'm not sure how many people store their cakes underwater, but maybe we've all been doing it wrong. So, moving forward, there's this little tray right here that I can only imagine is a skillet, a fish-shaped skillet that has a fish in it. So that's just extra insulting to fish. We have some underwater drinks. I don't know that it would be anything other than water, which is interesting. So we got a place to sit and relax. We have one of the horsefish that's being slowly strangled by an octopus. But you know, she's having a really good time. She doesn't mind. I don't think she really knows what's coming. So you know, it moves around so that way you can watch the struggle from all angles. I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen anyone use a slide underwater. That's kind of an odd add-on there. So along those same lines, so you know, these horsefish, there's a fish there. They all have fins. They all can swim. That's all good and well. So why is there an elevator? And see, it can't even sit. I don't know. It should have just swam away when I tried to do that. So this fish, there's something wrong with this fish. I think it's defective. So you know, there's a lot of accessories. So we're gonna take a look at some of these real quick. So as you can tell, we've got some rectangles here. So that's really fascinating. You know, you could decorate. You know, you could decorate your room with rectangles like that. I don't know if you ever thought about doing something like that. You know, hopefully that idea helps somebody. While we're up here, we've got a small little room with absolutely no privacy whatsoever, which is very exciting. You know, we've got a mirror there that's actually too small to be of any value to anyone ever at any time. So, you know, discussing the elevator issue earlier, so, you know, that way, I guess, you know, these are horses. They actually can't breathe. As you're playing, they can't breathe at all. So that is magical. So here we have, I can't see oh, there's the mark. Sun drop, and then we've got, what is the other one? I can't see it. I don't know. Sun drop and star sprinkle or something like that. That sounds right. And you know, and so as they can't breathe, you know, they're struggling for air. But you can actually turn them around and watch their struggle up here, as well as watching this one down here, which is, there's a lot going on. So you gotta stay with me. All right, so we've got some other add-ons. There's a plate of shrimp here, which is fascinating. It looks like it's been cooked, which is strange because it's underwater. You know, we've got a boat with some orange squares and shell, and I don't know what those little 4 orange pieces are. So, and then we have this one here, I think is named Derek. So this is one of the horsefish also. So you can play with that one. You can play with the horsefish version of, well, okay, well, you know, they don't always want to cooperate, okay? You know, you got to use your imagination here. Pretend that she can stand. But, you know, you can play with these. They do come with the set. So, and then it actually comes with this little car, and what you can do with this is, you know, you put one of the horsefish on here, and you can drive her around, have fun, and oh, look, you know, Dr. Tiffany here is having a little tea party. Well, let's just run her over. You know, and that's really exciting. You know, somebody that's just having a good time, minding their own business. and you can just run them down with a car. So that's a lot of fun. Here's Dr. Gregg. I'm pretty sure that's the name. The doctor's got a nice purple leaf to sit on. That's pretty cool. It's got some neat shapes going on with it. There's some kind of gate here. I don't know what would actually be behind the castle, but there's some gate there to either keep them in or keep others out. So here's the treasure chest, which is pretty cool. It actually opens up. And there's something in here. I don't really know what it is. I think it's some type of cherry, some kind of fruit. It's some kind of magical fruit that they need to keep this in a treasure chest. It's very important that no one eat this fruit. That is forbidden. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're playing with it. Don't eat that. Okay. So here we have some kind of adult toy. I won't go into detail there. But we have some other things. See the aftermath of the tea party. Now you can't see some of the accessories. But, we have cups that are obviously filled with water because this is underwater. We have some different cups, which probably also contain water. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on with this guy. This was the bad driver. So here we have these little things that you can put in their hair, which is pretty neat. You just kind of stick it in there like that and just fold that down. If I can get it there. Oh, I thought I had it. Well, see, this is really confusing, and this is why they recommend adult assembly, because some of these are difficult to actually put together. But you stick that in the hair. It's kind of 80s style. You can just kind of put it there, and it looks fine. And then you can actually start to comb it out if you get bored with it being there, or if the character doesn't like it, and you just kind of go back like that and just comb it out. Or for that 80s style, just leave it there like that. That looks really sharp. So that's really exciting. So moving on, some of the more interactive things, we actually have a catapult type system here. So if you were to have a friend or an enemy, if you could position them just right and spin this fast enough, you would actually send them flying, and you could actually use that as a weapon, which is really neat. That's a very interesting aspect to a toy that I've never seen before, especially in something this colorful. So moving forward, continuing with the underwater theme, we have this little flotation device, which is pretty cute, let's face it. But the problem I have with this is if you're wearing a flotation device and you're trying to be underwater, you're not down here anymore. You're way up there. You're not even playing with your friends anymore because you're floating at the top of the ocean, and this is supposed to be at the bottom. So moving on. So these two are still up here. They can't breathe, and they can't run away either. So that's pretty cool. Moving along with the theme of captivity, we actually have a cage fighter in here. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but that's how cage fighting actually originated, is they would just keep people in cages and only let them out to fight each other. And you see how these holes are in here? This is so that you can actually take a stick and poke them to keep them agitated. So they're all like that. You have 3 different chambers here that you can hold your captives, your cage fighters. I'm sorry, excuse me, no, not captives. And the thing is that if you want to train them properly, sleep deprivation is of paramount importance. So the cool thing about this is a really neat addition to the cage fighting. So if you turn this at the top, you actually get lights that come on, and that is to keep the cage fighters awake. If you don't let them sleep, it's easier to break them. And see how it flashes? It won't let them sleep. So that's a very, very neat detail. I really like that. One last little thing. So we got a little bucket here. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So here's what I don't get. This is underwater. So this is a shovel. are you shoveling water into or out of the bucket, and for how long? Because all of this is submerged. So that didn't really make sense to me, but it's pretty cool. Here's a little book that, 'cause nobody's going to read that, all right? So let's just close it. But it closes, all right? But that's pretty cool. It's got a little stand with it. You got some goggles there. I don't think they would fit a human, but you could always try. Use your imagination. So there is some tools needed. So I already have one screwdriver. You need a more other different screwdriver. And you need some batteries. So definitely have an adult help you with that. Because you don't want to hurt yourself, and you don't want to damage this. This is a really neat set. There's a lot going on. You can have a lot of fun with this. You can really take this and run with it underwater, though, so you're really not going to run very fast or far. But it's all about using your imagination. Running friends over with when they're having tea parties and things like that. So that's pretty cool. So there's Dr. Gregg. There's Derek. There's an octopus doing his thing over here. So it's pretty cool. It's a really neat setup. I really like it. I highly recommend you buy it. Ask your parents for it, for this, for the holidays, birthdays, or just because. Maybe you've been good, maybe you got a good report card, and you want something like this. It's a lot of fun. And another thing, if you have siblings, you can actually hide some of your other toys in there, which is pretty cool. You can't fit a lot in there, but you can definitely hide some toys, and just don't ever tell anybody about it. So it's just kind of a secret chamber, and that's yours. You do whatever you want with that. So there you go. That's my review of the Canterlot and Seaquestria Castle. Thank you for watching.